Evening YouTube, this is Tired Metalhead Weatherman. I hope you guys are doing well. I know it's been quiet and as a result I haven't been active as much, but I've been working on some stuff for my other channel as well as this one, so a lot of that will be coming to light soon. I will have a link in the top right corner for my second channel, it's actually my original channel, but yeah. Anyway, today's Friday, you know the drill, weekend forecast. We're trying to find some kind of rhythm in all the quiet here. I'll have a strategy in the future, in the coming weeks, on how to keep things rolling here, so to speak, so that way there's a smaller gap in between the videos during times like this. But, of course, let's get right into this video here. So, as we said, weekend forecast. Of course, first thing we look at is the severe weather threats. Not really much of one to talk about here. There is a little bit of a slight risk that's going on right now around our monsoonal flow region, and then it's actually pushed its way all the way up into the northwest here, where around the Rockies and Idaho in particular, we have a threat for some severe thunderstorms, mainly some damaging winds and large hail. Threats relatively isolated. There have been a handful of reports, 18 wind and 7 hail reports, and there's a few a few wind reports over towards the south and east, but this is where most of our action is going to probably be today. You might get a couple more one-off reports from around the southeast, but beyond that, this is our point of interest, but even then, there's not a whole lot going on there. So we'll go ahead and take a look at Saturday's marginal risk, and this is basically the same system pushing further off to the east. I do think this might produce more prolific weather in Canada, but I did mention this in my last video, which was maybe I'd say late to mid last week, or early to mid last week, or something like that. But this is the storm system that we were talking about, that we were highlighting on the 10th. Looks like it's finally decided to show itself, albeit a couple days later than what we had originally anticipated. But this is also going to be prelude to a parade of storm systems, which we will talk about in a video either tomorrow, Sunday, or Monday. But anyway, marginal risk is mainly towards North Dakota and Montana. It's a very small area. Threats are wind and hail, about a 5% threat. May be subject to a slight risk, but in all likelihood we are not. And then on day 3, we have no organized severe weather threat at the moment. We could very easily get a marginal risk, but I don't see too much going beyond that. We'll just have to take a look and see how things progress. But now we've done that, let's go ahead and take a look at the obvious here. We're taking a look at the temperatures. And I mean, as of right now, not too much is expected to change this week. I do look for some changes to be occurring later and into the middle of the month, as these storm systems start to roll through. These battle zones, there's going to be little battle zones in between these storms, and just behind these fronts, I think that's when we will start to see some real cool downs here. Northeast, I'm especially looking at you in the coming weeks. But as of right now, we're still hot. Nothing's really changing right now. Dew points are still up, so it's not only hot, but very muggy for a lot of people. So if you're going to be out this weekend barbecuing or doing some sort of physical activities like running, so on and so forth, just make sure you have the water with you. Ice it down in the freezer if you got to, and just go on from there. We'll even go as far as taking a quick look at the dew points, since we will probably have plenty of time on this video. This is going to be a pretty short video from the looks of it. So around the southeast, no real surprises there. Gulf of Mexico moisture is rolling in, and we're getting the richest quantity of it in the southeast. Dew points in the low 70s and upper 60s, and this even pushes its way into the north, into the Midwest, and even the northern plains here. So it's pretty rough all around on the eastern half of the country. Only places that are really good right now is around the Sierra Mountains. That's when we're getting dew points towards the 30s and 40s. Maybe towards the northwest we're getting some 40s and 50s. But everywhere else you're getting at least above 50, if not higher. So now that we've looked at that, so there's no real severe weather, so there's no point in looking at any capes here. It's so weird. I almost don't know what to do with myself here. But we'll go ahead and take a look at what the radar could look like over the next couple of days. We'll even maybe look at one other thing. We might look at some wind gust here, just so you can make sure if you're deciding to do a barbecue tomorrow or Sunday that your food doesn't end up blowing off everywhere. But no surprise here. A lot of pop-up thunderstorms around the south and east. A monsoonal flow around the southwest is going to be causing more storms. However, we do have this little low here that might be bringing some rain onto Texas. And there's actually a little bit of spin with that too. If you actually take a close look at that, I want you to divert your attention right over here to where this low pressure is. That's at 10 millibars. This thing will unfreeze. I can show you where we're starting to see a little bit of a spin here. Does this form into anything? No. In fact, there's nothing even expected over the next 5 days, but there are some changes coming with that as well, and we will get into that in a moment. This seems like this is off the tail end of some boundary right here, and we roll this forward. If this will comply with me. Come on now. There we go. If you watch real closely, you see this little piece of energy that the NAM has forming here. It just kind of meanders off the coast here, and then right around Saturday afternoon, it starts to develop a little spin here, and it rolls its way towards Galveston, towards Brownsville. Tries to strengthen, but just won't have enough time. But this will bring a little bit of rain towards southern Texas, which has been going through a pretty rough drought right now. But beyond that, we have our little storm system right here that could be causing a little bit more severe weather on the northern plains and around maybe even the Dakotas and Nebraska. We'll have to watch it real close. But I think for right now, the storm track is going to mainly be towards the north for the coming weeks. And then for areas around the south, you're going to have that popcorn set up because of how rich the moisture is from the Gulf. But beyond that, there's no real organized systems to talk about here. Same can be said for areas around Southern Cal, and all you guys here, you're still going to be baking over here for a while. Unfortunately, hate to be the bearer of bad news there, but I have to call it just what it is, you know. So now we're trying to take a quick look. We're going to try to take a quick look at what the winds may look like here. If my computer will do what it's supposed to do. Okay. And it looks like we aren't going to be able to get that up. Oh wait, here we go. Might be on the wrong map anyway, but in all honesty, I think I'm actually just gonna call it here. There's really not much to go off of here. It's not anything big going on at the moment. We'll go into details about what's going on next week in a video tomorrow, because I will be making a video tomorrow. But we'll try and be more active on this page here and just roll on from there. But till then, this has been Tire Metalhead Weatherman. You guys have a good rest of the evening.